This is a little homemade video about entertainment. More specifically, it's about my favorite type of entertainment, and that's variety shows. So this is going to kind of cover a little bit of the history of variety shows all the way to the current state that they are in. Now, it took me forever to make this video, so if you don't love every second of it, I might just lose it. Anyway, the first type of variety show entertainment was vaudeville. Vaudeville were little stage acts of different sorts. They might be pet acts, singing, comedy, dancing, whatever. I have a short little presentation coming up of like a 2-minute clip of what vaudeville kind of looked like. And you're going to kind of see some of the little oddball little acts that made it to the stage. So here we go. Now, entertainment, vaudeville, got a little classed up with the appearance of this man, Florenz Ziegfeld. He put together a show called Ziegfeld's Follies, and he designed it to kind of showcase beautiful women. His shows were very well produced. Lots of people involved, lots of costumes, lavish sets. It was a great evening's entertainment. They were very expensive to put on and very expensive to go to. They also were the launching pad for lots of future singers and dancers and movie stars. I'm going to show you a clip from a movie about Mr. Ziegfeld. And it's about 7 or 8 minutes, and it's kind of gives you an idea of the lavish production that went into his shows. So enjoy this.
Run around your brain, you can't escape. She's in your memory, by morning, night and noon. She will leave you and then come back again. A pretty girl is just like a pretty tune, just like a beautiful strain, just like a haunting refrain. A pretty girl is just like a pretty tune. like a beautiful melody. She'll play on the strings of your heart. A pretty girl is like a melody that haunts you night and day. Just like the strain of a haunting refrain, she'll start upon a marathon and run around your brain. You can't escape. She's in your memory by morning, night, and noon. She will leave you and then come back again. Come back
This is the actress Billie Burke. She was married to Mr. Ziegfeld. Now, after he died, he unfortunately left a lot of debt because his shows were very expensive to produce and he didn't always have money. He borrowed a lot of money. Now, to pay off the debt, she came out of retirement to get back into the movies, and one of the first roles she took is a very famous one, very recognizable. She took on the role of the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz to kind of help out the situation. All right, moving on a couple of decades to when I was alive. One of my favorite shows in the world when I was a kid was the Carol Burnett Show. Saturday night, 9 o'clock, I was allowed to stay up and watch the Carol Burnett Show. She was hilarious. She kind of brought women comedians to the forefront. She didn't mind making a goofball of herself, which I enjoy. I'm going to show you kind of a montage of a couple of her acts that made her quite famous.
I have twin sons. One son is a werewolf. The other son is a lead singer in a rock group. When the moon is full, you couldn't tell them apart. Go raise children.
I'm from Appalachia, the Lower East Side of Appalachia.
Lower East Side, thank you. Now, how about you, honey?
My name is Karen Von Brillstein. I have a home in Beverly Hills and one in Palm Springs.
Oh.
I live in a cardboard box.
It's awfully hot there, doesn't it?
Wretched.
It was 150 degrees in the box last week. Thank you. My problem is I'm starving.
Oh, isn't that a coincidence? You know, I'm on a diet, too. I only eat meat 3 days a week.
Meat? She eats meat. Can I smell your breath?
Brazen hussy! Sure it's easy for you. Everywhere you go, men throw themselves at your feet. They grovel for you. But me, well, I'm just an ordinary housewife.
Darling.
Yes?
I know you've been avoiding the issue.
Issue?
The issue.
The issue?
Yes, the issue of Simba. You must get rid of Simba today.
I've already told this story 10 times.
All right. We'll tell it again.
All right. This morning I decided to take a nature walk.
And I got to this strange part of the woods, and I suddenly realized that I was lost. And I came upon this house.
Whose house?
I told you I don't know whose house. All I know is I peeped through the window, and there was nobody there, and the door was open, so I went inside.
And?
And there were 3 bowls of porridge sitting on the table.
Mop and shine. Floor wax so shiny you can see your reflection.
Hey, I'm okay, and you're okay.
Well, you sound like you're about 1 step away from the booby hatch. I will never forgive you for this as long as I live. He was about to propose to me.
Well, then he's even dumber than he looks.
I didn't enjoy those wallopings, but by golly, he made a man out of me.
I think maybe he was a couple of walloping short.
You're really on thin ice, old woman.
Why don't I just call you Thelma? You can call me anything you want.
You can count on that.
Now, since Carol Burnett put variety shows on the map, everybody started to have a variety show. And one of the favorite ones in the Gazella household was the Sonny and Cher show. I'm going to show you a clip of the opening of the show. And you'll see some definite 70s looks in there. Kind of hilarious. But here we go, the opening of the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour.
From Television City in Hollywood.
It's a Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny and Cher.
I can't resist showing you a clip of one of my favorite parts of the Sonny and Cher show. It was always called the Vamps part. This is the part when she was a V-A-M-P. Vamp. Anyway, this particular clip is very timely for today. And I think you'll understand exactly what I mean when you watch this. Here is Cher vamping.
Back in the roaring 20s, a couple named Bonnie and Clyde began to blast their way to fortune by shooting up the countryside. Well, Clyde was public enemy #1, 'cause Bonnie really showed him how to load his gun. Rat-tat-tat-tat, she was a scamp, a camp, and a bit of a tramp. She was a V-A-M-P. Vamp.
Oh, Bonnie, I'm afraid robbing all these banks. I tell you, they're gonna get us. They're gonna get us. Ooh.
Shut up, Clyde.
The king of talk shows is undoubtedly Johnny Carson. Now, what Johnny Carson did was he took the talk show and kind of expanded it, in which he added comedy acts. And so, the current state of talk shows is sort of due to him. Now, one of the things that he was very, very famous for is he gave stand-up comedians a chance to be on his show. And many of them owe their fame to him. A couple of examples are one of my favorite comedians, Jerry Seinfeld. He got his start on The Tonight Show and went on to have his own show, Seinfeld. Another famous person that got started was Ellen. She became famous after a successful routine on his show. Another one who really benefited from Johnny's show was Jay Leno. He was so good that he was asked to actually host the Tonight Show, as you know. And another one, my favorite, my hero, David Letterman, got his start on the Johnny Carson show. Now, when you were asked after your routine to sit down with Johnny, you made it to the top. That's when you were actually awesome. And he was so awesome that NBC offered him his own talk show, which he accepted. And, of course, Late Night with David Letterman was born. Now, David Letterman brought goofiness and quirkiness and sarcasm to the talk shows. Here he's pictured with his first guest on his own show, Bill Murray. I'm going to show you a couple of his mainstays on his show. Every once in a while he does something called Stupid Human Tricks, and you'll see a bit of that. And then, of course, his famous top 10 lists, which you know that I enjoy since I've showed you a couple. But here we go. David Letterman, take it away.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first participant tonight, Alan Tate. Alan, come on out, sir. Hi, Alan, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Come on over here, Alan.
Okay.
You're a good-looking kid, Alan. How old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16, and where does that put you in high school?
I'm a sophomore at Charlotte Latin School.
And are you a good student?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your favorite subject?
Free period, lunch.
Free period and lunch.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, America! You play sports? You do anything fun like that?
Yes, sir. I play football.
Football?
I'm a wide receiver, and I play track.
Pretty good?
Run track.
Yeah? What events in track do you run?
The 100-meter dash and 200 meter.
All right, here we go. Tell me about the 100-meter. What's your best time?
12 flat. No.
Yeah? Yeah? Covered with what?
I hate to break it to you, not world class.
I know.
What do you do on the 200 meter?
24.
Alan, welcome to the show. Have you ever been to New York?
Yes, sir.
Having a good time while you're here?
Yes, sir.
That's all that counts. Tell me what you're going to do tonight.
Well, I'm human alarm.
Human alarm?
Yes, sir.
Wow, we could use a guy like you. Because security is always afraid at a heightened level of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you do this?
I can show you.
Okay. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
And he breaks the tape at a blistering 12 seconds flat. Okay, here we go. Alan Tate, ladies and gentlemen, the human alarm. Take it away. There you go. Category tonight, top 10 ways to mispronounce Idina Menzel. Am I pronouncing it correctly? I felt bad for John Travolta because, and I do it here every night. I can't read the names. They tell phonetically, and invariably I get them screwed up. You just don't know. Sure. If it's a name that it doesn't come off your tongue on a regular basis, you're liable to choose the wrong pronunciation.
You can't.
I do it night after night. I'll probably do it here tonight.
Sure.
Just, yeah. That's the only reason people watch this show.
Ah.
Last night at the Academy Awards, John Travolta mispronounced Idina Menzel's name before a performance. She was singing Let It Go. He pronounced her as Adele Dazeem. You know, I would have thought, okay, fine. Yeah. They couldn't get Idina Menzel. Adele Dazeem is fine.
I'd like to. Do you have the tape of that?
Adele's Dazeem Jabbar. Let's see. Do we have this? John.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
Well, what can you do? Top 10 ways to mispronounce Idina Menzel. Here we go, number 10. Idrizzle Menzezel. Number 9, Liza Menzelli. Number 8, Is That a Gazelle? Number 7, Canned Meat from Hormel. Number 6, Felipe Navarro. Number 5. Felipe Navarro, the Cisco Kid. Number 5, Medellin Cartel. Number 4, the real Philomena Nzel. Number 3, Idling Mazda. Number 2, Insultamista. And the number 1 way to mispronounce Idina Menzel, Travolta means well. There you go.
Well, David Letterman has been very influential to the young talk show hosts of today, such as Conan O'Brien. I've heard Conan attribute his success to David Letterman. Another person who has benefited greatly from David Letterman's influence, and he in fact spoke with great affection about David Letterman on award shows, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel has said that David Letterman was his teenage hero. And then one of the current top names in talk show hosts, Jimmy Fallon, occupying the seat that once was held by Johnny Carson. Now, I could sit and watch all day on YouTube his thank you notes. So, I picked a few to show you off the internet. So here is Jimmy Fallon with his Friday night thank you notes.
Welcome back, everybody. If you watch our show, you know that every Friday I write out my weekly thank you notes. Over the years, I've thanked everyone from LeBron James to Honey Boo Boo to pleated jean shorts. Here's some of our favorites. James, can I get some thank you note writing music, please?
Thank you, Vans, for being driven by people who either have kids or shouldn't be anywhere near kids. Thank you, Cotton Candy, for making my grandmother's hair look delicious. Thank you, Newt Gingrich, for being a male version of Susan Boyle. Thank you, slow-walking family walking in front of me on the sidewalk. No, please, take your time. And definitely spread out, too. So you create a sort of barricade of idiots. Hamburger helper glove, for helping me cook and for never mentioning how you lost a finger. I don't understand.
Don't even ask.
Oh, this is delicious. What? You put something different in here? Where's the ring? I'll go get you seconds, honey. Thank you, rappers who wear flat-brimmed baseball hats, for making my Lego men seem more gangsta. Thank you, Fleet Week, or as New Yorkers call it, National Hookup with a Sailor Week. Thank you, Caps Lock, for being the Gilbert Gottfried of the keyboard.
But are we going to the movies tonight?
Thank you, the name Lloyd, for starting with 2 L's. I'm glad both those L's were there because otherwise I would have called you Lloyd. Thank you, the word moist, for being the worst word ever. I think I speak for all Americans when I say we don't want you as a word anymore. God, I hate you.
Okay, well that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I know some of it might have been a little cornball. Now there was a purpose to all of this, which we are going to explain next. I wasn't just showing this to you to entertain you, but this is all leading up to something. And so in a minute, in 8 seconds, we're going to shut this off and return to the PowerPoint and talk about our next steps.